we good. Aw, Betty, she doesn't like you. Working, Betty?
I think so.
Okay. Hello, I am Bertha.
And I'm Betty.
And we are the Baker Sisters. And you are watching Granny Notes, where we talk about knitting, cats, and our favorite dark romanticism short stories.
So, Bertha, what short stories do we have for this week?
They've requested one of my personal favorites, Edgar Allan Poe's The Masque of Red Death.
I've never heard of it.
Well, if you came to my book club.
What did you say?
Nothing. I'm going to tell you about this book. What are you doing?
I'm going on a nap called Spark Notes. It summarizes the, short story. My grandkids use it all the time.
Not my watch. Maybe if you didn't go out to bingo night on Fridays and came to my book club, you would know this book.
Wait, what book did you say it was? The Masque of Red Death? I know that book.
Okay. Now we both can talk about it. Great.
Let's get started.
Okay, so let's get started. A deadly, vicious disease called the Red Death has struck the country.
A disease so morbid, so horrendous, so fatal, it has killed nearly almost half the kingdom.
In this falling apart kingdom, there's a selfish, cruel young lad named Prince Prospero.
He doesn't care about the poor, dying population in his kingdom.
He insists on ditching his kingdom to live a not so morbid, disgusting life, but a lavish life.
What a horrible man.
Right?
Instead of helping the poor during this plague, he throws a never-ending party with thousands of his favorite people.
A party filled with women, wine, and dance, and everything a young lad like him can dream of.
Inside of the castle, the attendees of his party don't seem to recall or care about the Red Death.
Once the last guest has joined the party, not one attendee can get in or out of the castle.
The arrangement of the ball is quite odd, just like Prospero.
Good one, sis. Okay, so let's talk about the masquerade ball. It consists of 7 rooms. Each room has a different color. We got blue, we got purple, we got green, we got orange, we got white, we got violet, and lastly,
Black. The black room looks like straight up death. It gives you an eerie feeling. Gives you goosebumps so much that the hair on your arm stands up. Most are too scared to enter, I would think.
Me too. Okay, so all the walls are black, the windows are blood red.
Within every hour, a large black clock goes off.
Boom!
It strikes midnight, interrupting the party. Nervous laughs always will fill the room.
After the horrifying chime, everyone pauses, and the party goes silent.
Suddenly, an unrecognized guest appears.
Oh no. He is dressed as something very creepy, something very scary, a corpse. And not just any corpse, a corpse of the Red Death.
Everyone is frightened as the corpse makes his way through the crowd.
Prince Prospero hears of the uninvited guest. He is beyond furious about the corpse costume, considering it was highly insulting.
The costume resembled a stiffened corpse, dabbled in blood, and the mask had facial features of horror.
Even the Prospero was scared, and that says something.
The unrecognized guest begins to make his way to the colored rooms, intentionally the black room.
Prospero's fury chases him after with a dagger.
Once Prospero comes in contact with the unknown, it turns around, killing him instantly.
Oh my god, no way! Okay, so, underneath the mask is nothing but the Red Death plague. Up to the ball, killing the guests one by one, leaving a bloody mess of Prince's cherished rooms.
The candles blow out, ending the ball. Darkness, decay, and the Red Death.
Now for our segment, the Baker Sisters' favorite quotes. Quotation mark. But the Prince Prospero was happy and dauntless and sageous when his dominions were half depopulated. He summoned to his presence 1,000 hale and light-hearted friends from among the knights and dames of his court, and with these retired to deep seclusion of one of his castellated abbeys. This quote signifies how Prince Prospero was happy and careless while half of the population was dying, expressing Prince Prospero's true colors. He was not nice. Let me just tell you that.
Read the next quote.
Okay.
The mask, which concealed the visage, was made so nearly to resemble the countenance of a stiffened corpse that the closest scrutiny must have had difficulty in detecting the cheat. This quote signifying how the mask represented the plague that killed Prospero and the many others. Read the next one.
Okay. In darkness and decay, and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all. Lastly, this short but powerful quote signifying the Red Death's powers, leaving darkness, decay, and death.
We'll just walk back.
Okay, welcome back to Granny Notes. I hope you enjoyed that little segment. It's one of my favorites part of the show. We will be answering some questions off Facebook from our viewers. Twitter and Instagram are for those youngins. Team Facebook.
Our first question is from Earl White from Florida. He asked, what is the meaning behind the Mask of the Red Death?
Okay, so, Earl, glad you asked this. The meaning behind the story is that Prince Prospero cares more about his status and his wealth than the poor in society.
You know, Prospero, which also sounds like prosperous, refers to the prosperous people in society. Although, no matter how prosperous you are, you can never escape death. Never.
Never. The Red Plague showing up to the masquerade was basically a sign of revenge for killing the ones who stayed protected just in an unjust way.
Disgusting. The next two questions come from the Gertrude Sullivan from New York. She asks, hi Baker Sisters.
Hi.
What is the theme of the short story? Also, how does the Mask of Red Death fit into the Romanticism movement?
The analysis of the story. The part of the story where I find most interesting but my nieces beg to differ. They always fall asleep when I explain this part of the book. I don't know why.
It's because, I gotta say this, you talk too much.
Oh my gosh, shut up, Betty!
You know what, Betty? I have to share a room with you for all our teenage years. I am sick of sharing a show. You know what? I'll be back when you learn to talk less.
Okay, so Gertrude. Author Edgar Allan Poe is among one of the most well-known authors of dark romanticism. Characteristics of dark romanticism in literature consist of supernatural elements, such as human nature, insanity, death, and evilness. In the Masque of Red Death, Prospero's castle symbolizes a universe distinct from reality, just like romantics like to do. The castle is also a symbol of defect in human nature, self-righteousness. The evident splits of the degrading higher social class made between themselves and the lower class. This degradation of the lower class is nonetheless evil. It's degrading them just because they're lower than the higher class. Also, the mask symbolizes the Red Death Plague. The Red Death Plague symbolizes death. No matter your social status, the clothes on your body, the amount of money in your wallet, at the end of the day, no one can escape the reality of death. The author himself, Edgar Allan Poe, was affected by tuberculosis. Much like in the story, Poe watched the ones he loved die. The rooms in the castle symbolize the 7 deadly sins: pride, covetousness, lust, anger, gluttony, envy, and sloth. The clocks also symbolize a dark romanticism characteristic, death, or the countdown to death, or the passage of time, whatever you want to say. Also, the clock is black, which traditionally black is a symbol of death, another dark romantic characteristic.
I couldn't leave you too long. I missed you, sis.
Come here. Come here. It's okay. Want a knit?
Yeah, knitting always helps.
Okay.
Well,
Well, this was an episode with Granny Notes. Me and my sis are gonna go knit some sweaters. I hope you enjoy. Bye. Hey, Ben. This is payback for leaving my show. This is some behind the scenes of our lives. From the pic from when we were young.
this is us when we were younger. Having a great time at a Sweet 16.
Yeah. See? Let me show you. Look how young we are. I beg to differ. I think we still look good. Okay. Oh, I caught my hair. My God. Okay, so this is my book club that Betty don't bother to come to.
I started laughing. Yeah.
Just go for a nice stroll.
Good night, Grandma.